I know you probably never dealt with. I moved down here. I was like, hey, let's go out. I had a wine dinner at West Bend, and I had a Pinot Noir, and I said, you know what? This would be great with a barbecue. People looked at me and said, barbecue? Pulled pork? I'm like, pulled pork? What the hell is pulled pork? I didn't know what barbecue was for nothing.
Yeah.
I called my father and I said, hey Dad, have you ever heard of barbecue? He goes, yeah, some sort of pulled pork that they serve down south. Okay.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Cork Caps and Tabs show here at 626 West 4th Street. And I'm sitting here with Mark Terry again, man.
Again.
It's school started, yeah. It's time to get the kids back in school and time to look at another wine and another beer.
Here today we're focusing on the Raylan Category 5. And they're out of Mocksville and just around the corner from there.
Not far away, yeah.
And but I mean, Category 5 is, known for its hurricane, and it's also made with 5 varieties of grapes.
Excellent, man. Well, let's pour some wine.
Absolutely. So Steve Shepard is the winemaker over at Raylan, and he actually started out at West Bend in 1990 until 2000 when he went to go work at Raylan. He started Raylan with Joe Neely, and so I mean, all things came to an evolution. Right now, the thing that just happened is that Steve Shepard just recently bought a house downtown Winston-Salem.
Oh, wow.
He's over on 2nd Street, and I'm
Nice.
excited about it. And
I hadn't lived on 2nd Street for a while.
yeah, so he's been here a few times. And
When I question, because I got to ask, we're drinking out of very different shaped glasses this time. This is a different glass for us.
well, I'm glad you noticed. I mean, it's still from the same company, Riedel makes the wine glass. It's almost like a sippy cup where you can actually tip it over and it's not going to spill out onto the table. And I've had people come in here and say, "Oh wow, it doesn't tip over." Next thing they tap the top and it spills all over the bar. Don't do that. No, you can do that. It's for really breathing of your wine. You can have it breathe and roll it around. It actually aerates it a lot better. Yes. Yeah. It's actually called a restaurant red glass, and we do sell them here. Every glass that you've seen on all of our shows, we are selling them. And, they're $6 a piece, but it gives people an opportunity as far as taking them home and experimenting more. You can hold them really well too. They're good for a party. People that really like to be very animated with their arms all the time, you know where them glasses go? They're all over the freaking floor.
Is there anything we're looking for when we kind of switch this? In particular, that we might not be looking for.
See, again, I'm not looking at legs. I told you that before. I could care less about really the legs. It's a matter of, do I enjoy it?
Yeah.
We're looking for the body.
So what you're saying too, and I think that's important, is about wine or beer or any of the things that we talk about, is that do you enjoy it? Forget whether the expert thinks it's awesome or that the person who's reviewing the wine thinks it's great. It's still what you like.
Look at any wine publication. Look at a wine publication. You don't see any judgment that's been made on a wine where it says, wow, nice legs.
Yeah.
None. They're talking about the flavors that come out of it.
Well, one thing I want to ask you too real quick before we move on is storing wine. Now, my wife and I drink wine almost every day. We'll drink a couple of glasses in the evening, but we don't necessarily always polish off a bottle. What's the best way at home to store a bottle of wine to keep it?
Do you know that our listener has mentioned that before as well? They wanted to know what the proper temperature is. They want to know the difference of a cork versus a screw cap. There's so much that we can cover in a short period of time. But let's go on about your storing your wine.
Yeah.
If you have a red wine, if you have a basement, the best thing to do is put it in your basement.
Okay.
If you do not have a basement, just put it in the coolest part of your room. Leave them in the case. If you have a wine rack, it's fine if you leave them turned sideways.
Okay.
If you do not, and you have a case, leave them in the case upside down, because your cork is staying wet that way. It's staying damp. You don't want it to dry out.
So you don't get that dry cork where you get the cork stuck.
Well, then you're going to start getting air. Will start getting around the cork and make your wine go bad.
Oh, okay.
So you want to leave it upside down. Okay. On your white wines, all right, say you open this bottle. Say you finish this bottle tonight. drink it within the next week. It's going to start. You have no way of
Oh,
preserving
there's
the
not a
airspace.
bottle of wine that comes to our house and
No,
makes
me
it more
neither.
2 days.
Right. It's meant to be drank. It's
Yes.
meant to be consumed. People think, oh, I got a screw cap. It's not liquor. It's not something where you put the screw cap on, put it back in the liquor cabinet, and I'll pull it out from a month from
Yeah,
now.
I mean, because you can put bourbons and stuff back in the spirits,
Yeah,
continue to
high
work
alcohol.
the stuff. Yeah.
This is like a container of milk. You got to really, it's like,
Has a shelf life.
yeah, it does. Cool.
Let's have some
enjoy
red.
it. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Vino Russo.
Breathe. You do the same thing, red, white.
Now that is amazing. When you do that with that really opens up. It's a real.
Now
there's
you
an
notice
oaky
some more
taste to that
flavors.
as well,
Now you
yeah.
notice some more of the oak flavor. You notice a little bit more leather.
Yeah.
Not that there was somebody told me the other day that they read on a review that it said a slapping of a belt. And it's like slapping of a belt? No, it's supposed to be like a little hint of leather, not a smack, You really start getting a little kinky there. But
Yeah, but this has we'll get into that
Yeah,
next
we got it.
season. Yeah, but there's a long taste to this
we can get
too.
the smell of boots.
There you go. There's a long taste to this,
Absolutely.
as well that we weren't
Yes.
getting in the whites.
Nice finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Salute.
Thank you, Chad. It's been great.
Absolutely.
I think one of the things that people really like about the way that we deliver news and information is it feels like a friend is telling you something. One of the goals of CCD has been to create something that had a feel like it was an old hometown newspaper, that when you picked it up, you knew exactly what was going on in the community down to the street level, talking about people in the community and events and things and stuff that's happening in your own backyard.
It's time for beer here on Cork Caps and Taps at 626 West 4th Street, downtown. And what's our beer today, man? What are we doing?
We have quite a selection of bottled beer, as well as cans that we talked about in the last episode. But I figured that this time we will actually open a cap off a bottle.
Oh, wow, man.
Corks,
We're
caps,
pushing
and
the
taps,
envelope all the time. Yeah, we're on the edge.
People say, we love the name, so now where's the name come in? Blah, blah, blah. So after I explain it to them, they really think it's a cool idea. And we actually have Triple C Brewing Company. They're friends of mine out of Charlotte.
Charlotte, I've covered things there before, and I've always said that's what America would look like if the Nazis had won the war. So we got, it ain't Winston-Salem, but
No, it's not Winston-Salem.
We kid Charlotte because we don't like them. But what are they? What kind of what's the beer taste like?
So we're going to open up their IPA today.
Okay, we haven't had an IPA yet.
No.
We've had a Pilsner and a couple of ales.
Very pretty bottle. I got the 3-leaf. We won't compare like marijuana of this.
I'm all about leaves.
Yeah. So. I should have done yours first, but oh well. I'm anxious.
So is there pouring out of a bottle into a glass? Is there any tricks that you could give our viewers to do the proper pour with it?
Okay.
So you don't ruin it.
Here's my glass. All right. I keep trying to tell people when they do pour beer at home, or even when I have people that work behind the bar, how to properly pour beer. You want to pour your beer to the edge of the bottle. If you pour it to the center, then you start really getting a lot of foam. You stir it up a lot, so you're not going to get the true flavor of the beer as when you
kind of disturb it,
pouring.
don't you?
You disturb it.
Yeah.
Just like when you bottle beer versus bottling wine, you cannot. When you bottle, you bust it apart all the molecules of the wine. You have to wait until like the following day for the molecules to start coming back again.
Really?
So you really want to be careful when you pour your product into a glass.
Excellent. And is there anything we should be looking for as far as flavor on this one?
It's an IPA. It really has some nice flavors to it. The hops has been a really nicely chosen hop profile without making it be really bitter. It's just
that's a little hoppier.
When you try an IPA, you don't want to have it be unbalanced. You want it to be really nice and smooth, where the hops integrates with the water. Because this is what beer is made from.
Yeah. Right. And then with the IPA like this, what kind of food would you? Anything? Is it like the Pilsner where it just goes with anything, or are there specific foods that you think you would marry well with this?
Well, let's try it.
Let's drink it. Yeah.
Let's try it. Then we'll discuss it.
Now there's a lemony taste, which you do get with IPAs.
So you get the citrusy.
The citrusy.
Yeah, you got some grapefruit.
Yeah.
That's probably from a Citra hops that provides that.
and that's the breed of hops. Now, a lot of people don't understand about hops. Now, hops is what makes beer and gives it its flavor, but a lot of those are specialty grown as well.
A lot of the hops are coming out of New Zealand right now. Giving
Really?
more of it. It's new to America relatively, and
Are they growing it here and just shipping the genetics over, or are they growing
no, they're
it
actually growing it in New Zealand. And so it's showing a different profile, more of the citrusy notes that you do want to find in an IPA. This would go great with seafood.
Yeah, this is very fruity. I could definitely see it going with a good side of even tuna steak or something like that.
I mean, how many people think like good buttery Chardonnay goes good with seafood? Cutting some of the acidic in the butter from seafood. This would go good with seafood. I would take this with even a light pork and pasta dish. It would go well with.
Absolutely, it's a tasty beverage.
How about a Reuben? I could go for a Reuben right now.
I could actually do that. It's almost lunchtime. We're here shooting it. I
absolutely.
could definitely go for Reuben. So is there anything else?
No, I forgot. My lunchtime, let's see, what is it? 10 after 2?
Yeah.
My lunchtime is like 4. So
Oh, okay. That's one advantage of Cork Caps Taps. You get to get up late in the morning, come to work.
I don't know if that's an advantage.
Do you come to work later
No, I
now
don't know
that
if
you're
that-
not?
I've changed my whole life.
When you're at the vineyard, I'm assuming like any other agriculture.
I'm up early.
Yeah.
I'm there early. Once this place started, and now I'm working late. I mean, I'm not getting out of here until about midnight. I don't get up until 9:45. I can't make any appointments. I mean, I don't get my hair done, so that's just a good thing.
How's it going though? Are you selling at Cork Caps and Taps downtown, 626 West 4th Street? Are you selling more beer or wine?
Equal. As a matter of fact, I am really excited to see when people come in here, and the first thing they draw their eyes to is the wine machines. It gives me a good feel because they were a lot of dough.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of there's no place like it downtown Winston-Salem, and I'm really excited to know that I have something unique. I'm keeping everything fresh, and we're gonna keep it rolling. And so as long as we keep this thing going, get the support that we need downtown. I mean, there's more apartments going on downtown right now.
Absolutely.
It's gonna help.
And people from this,
and
this is a beer town. We have it here, so come on in and get yourself. And same
absolutely.
thing with the wine.
This is the place. I mean, we got numerous bars on this strip. I mean, 4th Street is the place to be, and
It's essentially Main Street.
Main
now.
Street.
It's amazing what's going on down here.
Absolutely.
Well, all right, man. Well,
All right.
one
Thank
more
you very
time.
much, man. Yeah. Well, here we go.
Bottoms
again.
up.
You gonna drink the whole thing? You are.
It's kind of my thing. It's kind of what I do. All right, well, we'd like to thank you for tuning in this month, and we're coming back next week with a new episode from Corks, Caps, and Taps, downtown Winston-Salem, 626 West 4th Street. Say goodbye, Mark.
Oh, I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready to go?
No,
Yeah.
my mouth just rolls.
What do you got? What do you got?
We're going to be tasting some Brushy Mountain red wines that he has. It's one of his reserve wines, and we're going to move on from there. That's going to be that, and then we're on the.
Now I'm excited for September. Ready to get the kids in school so I can drink some more red wine with you.
Have a pleasant, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. And please keep tuning in to the CCD TV YouTube channel. You can subscribe right down there. And we'll be back next week with more from Corks, Caps, and Taps in downtown Winston-Salem. But in the meantime, 626 West 4th Street, you can come in and talk to Mark.
Come in and visit. We're
He'll
here.
help you out. All right. Well, you guys take it easy.
Thank you. Cheers.
Right on.